from time to time, I have what I would describe as being some pretty much interesting conversations with some persons. And recently, I had one of those episodes. So, I was talking to this person about money management. And I should say that for the purpose of the video, I don't want to reveal too much personal information. So, I will not be referring to the person's gender, nor the specific or the exact time involved, nor the exact amount of money involved. So the person shared with me that that individual, is involved in a partnership scheme. But what struck me was that the person spoke with a tremendous sense of accomplishment. So I am involved in this partnership scheme, and so I do not need to put my money anywhere else. I don't need to invest because I have this already. I proceeded then to ask the person some questions, one of which was, okay, how much money are you throwing each month? The person told me. So let's just say $10,000. And let's just say that it is for 8 months. So at the end of 8 months, the person will be getting back $80,000. I proceeded to ask the person then, if you're doing that, how much money will you be getting on your money? So you're throwing $10,000 per month. How much money will you be getting on that at the end of 8 months? The person said, nothing. And I realized now that the person started to think. I proceeded with some other questions. And but in all of it, one of the things that we looked at is that here in Jamaica, especially, the prices of products go up quite frequently. So I asked the person also if that $80,000, or let's just say $10,000 per month now, the amount of things that $10,000 can purchase in Jamaica in December 2022, if it is the same amount of goods or services it will be able to purchase 8 months from now, which is, let's just say, July of 2023. And the person said no. And at that time, I realized that what I was saying began to resonate even more with the individual. And it was as if the person was then understanding that this partnership thing, it really not make much sense, right? In terms of the fact that it doesn't bring much return, or any return really. Because essentially what happens in it is that the money is just circulating, it's just going around. You get your money at some future date. But when you get the money, even though you look at it and you see that you get this big fat sum of money, really and truly, it is purchasing less goods and or services than it would have been able to purchase earlier, and also gain anything on the money. That is what this video is about. Hey, my name is Roger, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 7 tips to manage your money like a pro in 2023. And guess what? At the end of the video, I'm going to have a bonus tip for you. So stick around until the end. Let's drop right into the video. As Agent Sasko said, I am winning right now. And for you to be able to win in terms of managing your money like a pro in 2023, it's very important that you become financially literate. Now, what does it mean to be financially literate? You may be wondering. Well, basically, it means having a basic knowledge of money management and how money works. Financial literacy encompasses a lot of things, some of which will be looking at the difference between saving and investing, and also understanding that one should not spend before he or she earns. Secondly, budgeting is important in managing your money like a pro in 2023. So here now, budgeting is a form of planning. It is a form of managing what you earn, which is your income, and also what you spend, which is the expenses. There is a method, there's a common method which is practiced by a lot of persons, which is the envelope method, and this is where persons will get different envelopes. So one envelope representing the different expenses. The expense will be written on the envelope, and the person will then put the amount to be allocated to that expense in the envelope. And guess what? When the money is finished, that is it. There is also the 50-30-20 rule, and let me tell you about it. So what this rule stipulates is that when one gets his or her salary or income, 50% should be allocated to needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on saving and investing. This leads me now to the third point, to manage your money like a pro in 2023. And guess what? The third point is save, invest, and give. Now, saving, this now is where you would take your money and you would put it somewhere like in a bank account, in a savings account at the bank. But guess what? Savings does not bring any substantial increase or gain on your money. So you have to do this wisely. I should also point out here too that it is important that one have an emergency fund, and I'm going to be looking at this a little later also. So an emergency fund is important, and this would be the result of saving. Investing is where one would put away money to work in areas which will bring a higher rate of return than what one would get on his money in a savings account. Making an investment is a long-term activity. It is something which takes place over the long term, and so one should not expect to get a return or any meaningful return where investment is concerned within a short period of time. And also, give. As the Bible says, the scripture, give and it shall come back to you. Press down, shaking together and running over. Yes. So give and it will come back to you. Now, my fourth point to manage your money like a pro in 2023 is to get financial protection for your assets and your family. So this looks now at purchasing insurance. Where insurance is concerned, let me speak more to the family here now. So it is important to have family protection so that in the event of, let us say, a breadwinner in the family passing on, that the dependents, the children, the spouse, do not suffer financially. Because we know how it goes, right? Especially, with the cost of living in Jamaica, when you have a disruption to the income flowing into the family, yes, that can have significant disruptions in the lifestyle of a family. So we don't want to have that. So yes, it is important to have insurance, and also, life insurance, critical illness insurance are all important. It is also important to create a will. And a will essentially is a legal document which stipulates how a person's estate will be distributed among loved ones after the person passes. But guess what? Also, the person may not necessarily pass off or pass on. A person may become incapacitated. A person may be in coma, for instance, for many years. And in that situation, the person may have a business, person may have family, life has to go on. And so the will would even stipulate who is to act in the person's stead in such a situation. And it is also important to have a trust fund for the children. Now, the fifth point to manage your money like a pro in 2023 is to manage your debt. Yes. So if you must borrow, then it has to be done prudently, wisely. And I should also point out that there is good debt and bad debt. So good debt now is where one may borrow money. You go to a commercial bank, you borrow money to, for instance, put in a business which will turn over, or to put into some asset which will turn you over more money. A bad debt would be purchasing to purchase consumer items. So you purchase you borrow money, for instance, to purchase an iPhone or to purchase a couch. That is not really bringing you any money, really, if you're not putting it to work to turn over to get you more money. And it is important to pay down high interest debt. So those credit card interest typically very high. So it's very important to prioritize your debts and to get those paid off as quickly as possible. Now, my sixth point is to practice essentialism. Yes. So this now is being frugal, not squandering money, not spending unnecessarily, and looking for ways to cut costs. And how can you do so, you may be wondering? Well, I see it happening ever so often across our island. So people, for instance, our women, they purchase in bulk when they go to the supermarket or to the wholesale. It also involves buying better quality products, because you know that if we purchase better quality products, then they will be able to last longer, and so we'll be getting value for money. We can also carry our own lunch to school and to work. right? So you fix the lunch for this for the children to go to school, all right, and the lunch typically that you will fix, you'll find that the lunch may be even be more nutritious than what they get or what they purchase at school, right? So these are things to consider. And then the final point now, to manage your money like a pro in 2023, establish multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income. All right. So I guess by now everybody should know that. And speaking about Jamaica here, that having one source of income doesn't make it, especially if one is doing a 9 to 5. So practice, look at ways that you can, make additional money. You can bring in some additional income into your household, and this may involve things like passive sources of income. So you may want to consider something like creating digital products like an ebook or course content, and you can sell that to Udemy, for instance, or Skillshare. You may want to also invest in things like stocks, foreign currency, bonds, treasury bills, and also to engage in a side hustle. Yes, monetize your skill. Look at what you're able to do well, and you may want to monetize that. All right. So those are my 7 tips to you to manage your money like a pro in 2023. And as I promised, I have a bonus tip. And guess what? The bonus tip, well, it's somewhat related to what the last point I made, which is to my recommendation is work on acquiring at least one new skill each year, and then you can monetize this. How does that sound? All right. Yes. So it's very important, as I mentioned, to become financially literate and to understand the principles involved in personal finance, so that you can better manage your money and achieve your financial goals. All right. So I'm Roger. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and to subscribe to my channel. See you again in the next video. Take care.